Right. Good night. Good night. Good night. Welcome again to another episode of Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Podcast. And tonight I have another interested guest, Miss Charlene Prokop, and she's a fitness chef, amongst a lot of other stuff. Right. So before I get further in talking, I want to say thanks for everybody who have been following me and supporting me all over Trinidad with what I'm doing. I just want to say next month is launching the first issue of Fortress Fitness Magazine for 2025, together with my symposium. So tune in. Again, you'll have a lot of amazing guests on that day, right? Hopefully, we could get Michelle to come on board. Yes. So let's get started and bring on Michelle Prokop on stage. So good night, Charlene. How are
Good
you?
night. You hear me good, right?
I'm hearing you. Excellent.
Okay, good.
All right. So, Charlene, good night once again. Welcome to Fortress Fitness Lifestyle Podcast, where we feature a lot of amazing guests under the health and wellness niche. Actually, some of which I see that you follow on your page, which is friends of mine, right? Natasha Ali,
Yeah, we
a
have a
couple
lot
other.
of
Yeah, yes,
come on, yeah.
yes, my photographer, everybody. So, which means you was meant to be here. It was meant to be here. Right. So Charlene, all right. So introduce yourself. Let the viewers know exactly who you are and what you do, and then we will take it from there. Yeah.
Okay, so I am Charlene Prokop Delph. I'm also known as fitness chef. I am a chef by profession, so chef slash caterer. So a lot of people might know me from doing healthy meals, like selling healthy meals. People who want to lose weight, build muscle, who just want to live a healthy lifestyle. I also do personal training, but I don't do it on a big scale because cooking is really my passion, my money making stuff. I do a lot of I help people, talk to people in terms of who want to lose weight and who want to just live a healthy lifestyle. So basically, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So what I ask you first is, I see on your page that you was a competitor back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah. Well, that's
that is where I actually started doing healthy meals, right? So from competing, like when I talk to people backstage, I ask them like what is their most difficult thing during competition? And they would say that, getting healthy food, because at the end of the day, we know buying healthy food outside is not really healthy. Once you know you're in the fitness industry, buying healthy food, they will say it's healthy, but it's not healthy. And me being a chef, I said to myself, I could try to cater to some of these people who want to live a healthy lifestyle, who want food in order for them to compete. So my packages are really, really extremely healthy because I really look in depth for people who want to lose weight.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well. I always say this, Charlene, on this podcast. So even when I meet people all over, you know, you had to know, I believe people must know what they're doing in order to sell to people. And you being a competitor, you know what it takes and the meal prepping and what you have to eat to
It's
compete out there.
tough.
Yeah, it's tough. I know. As you can see, I have friends who's compete. I have friends competing in May actually, right? And I know it's challenging. And then most people, my first TV appearance on my edition, the question was asked, Mr. Francis, eating healthy expensive. I know you heard that before, right?
I heard it's so much time, and I mean, yes and no, because it depends on your budget. But when I want people to listen to this and when they hear me, yes, eating healthy is expensive, but it depends on what you want to eat. If you want to eat the quinoa and the couscous, you're going more on the most expensive side. But to lose weight, once you have brown rice, lentils, a little carrots, you don't even have to go to broccoli, because broccoli is expensive, let's be honest. To be eating broccoli every day, 3 times a day is expensive. You just have brown rice, lentils, carrots, chicken breast or fish, or even ground beef. That's so simple and it's not even expensive. One pack of brown rice for like $30 can last you almost 3 days.
Yeah, I think Charlene is a based on what I said that I truly believe is a misconception in the sense of what you want and what people think,
Yep.
it is. And but even though people may say that, which I don't, it may be a little compared to the kernel or any one of those things, which is not healthy. But if you really if you really want to be in a better place, when kind of wellness is concerned, the
Yeah.
healthy, it's to put it out because if you feel eating healthy is expensive, I often say as well, the medical bill is 10
It's
times more.
more expensive.
It's 10 times more than that. So I don't really,
Yes.
yeah, I don't really entertain that conversation with people because it's easy to buy those things or eat those things that is not healthy for us. Now and down the road, you just find the
You
money,
pay more for it.
you're paying more for it. So there's a pain of in life. There's two pain. The pain of gratitude and the pain of regret, right?
Yeah. Correct.
And for me personally, I I want the gratitude. See, regretting is not right, and so people often find that when they see people on stage performing or competing, there's like, I can't get this body or I can't be like this. But those people, as you would rightfully know, is they make a commitment and
Stick with it.
they stick with it. Simple as that.
It's simple as a lot of people. You wouldn't even believe how much people are asking me, do breakfast. Breakfast is the hardest thing for them. And to be honest, I just think breakfast is you get up in the morning, you boil 3 boiled eggs, you boil 4 boiled eggs, you put half cup of oats in water, you add some cranberries or raisin, you either eat some yogurt, you make a scramble of stuff. It is so simple that why people think that you had to do the protein waffles or you had to do the wraps, so you have to do the, you understand it's
Yes,
so
yes,
easy that, and these are the more healthier option. Oatmeal, um which will lower your cholesterol, eggs for the protein. I just be like so amazed that people will rather buy a lot of ingredients to make a smoothie than boil 4 eggs. It baffles me. And
yeah,
I wake
yeah,
up every morning and scramble my eggs or eat my oatmeal or put 2 hash brown in the oven, and call that a day. And people are like, you know what to eat for breakfast? I have to skip breakfast because it's so hard to get something to eat. And I'm like, so like, seriously? It's
yeah,
so easy.
yeah. I think on my journey for what I'm doing, Charlie, what I found that is a lot of people's lack of information that leave them standing on the fence of not taking a chance or even trying.
That's true.
So that's why when you say what you said there, you're so correct because you just say eating healthy, apart from being expensive, is hard. And what I go eat. Look, you mentioned just only a basic meal, right?
Basic
Lentil
boiled
peas
eggs.
and
Yeah.
yes, right?
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
so what I want to ask as well, Charlene, is that I know he's a chef, right?
Yeah.
And I know you was an athlete as well back in the day.
Back in
And
the day, not anymore. I just train to maintain a healthy lifestyle because the older you get, strength training is the better thing for you.
well,
Believe it or not, people, strength training, the older you get is the best thing for you.
yes, and and I support that, and I agree with that 100%. And for women who feel that strength training is not for women, you look like a man, let them know there's a misconception. It's not so.
I've been called man already because when I used to compete, yeah, she looked like a man. But you know what you can do? People who don't understand it will say stuff, but you just gotta let them run with it. Let go through what it is.
Yeah, but now that social media has opened up and thing, I think based on what you see now there on podcasts, 60-year-old, 50-year-old men and women looking so good,
Real good.
real good, who maintaining the lifestyle, and it have one or two here as well, and you and I know a few of them well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
the thing about it is, uh, as you mentioned, it was from competing and me prepping back in the days to compete that push you in the corner of going down this road of preparing meals.
Yes.
That was it.
It's just the fact that, well, and actually I just used to do catering alone, like catering for carnival bands, weddings, etc. And it's only when I compete and I talk to people, I decided to do this extra, this sideline business, which actually honestly turned out to be, this is like one of my main source, and I just have to
Mhm.
deliver on a Monday to people who want to. And it's not for people to order food every week because at the end of the day, people have other responsibilities. It's for you to say if you have a meeting whole week, or if you have a lot of demanding things to do for the week, and you say, you know what, I don't have time to cook. Let me call Shaz. Let me call Fitness Chef, and she deliver 10 meals to me. That way, I know I have my meals in the fridge when I get home, or I have it in the office when I get to it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have something to eat, you're just going to go out and buy something that's not healthy.
Yes.
or you're going to
Yes.
spend extra money to buy a $70 salad with 2 ounces of protein, and you want your protein. So
I also think, Charlene, is that as you mentioned that there,
yeah,
a lot of people don't know, right? And again, it's lack of information because they'll go there and buy the salad and say, "Hey, I eat healthy today," and eat,
yeah, it's
they eat a bowl of bush and
with
no
special
protein.
dressing.
Yes, yes, yes. So again, that's why it's important. It's important, and I'm saying this out there to to go to the professionals, go to the people who know, and get that advice, right? Because a lot of people is follow me and really come to me based on when they want to change their lifestyle, like what to eat, where to eat, and a couple of the entrepreneurs and pop-up vendors who prepare healthy meals and
Yeah,
have option. I actually put them on, right? And just as you hear now, I'm pretty sure my co-workers and friends will, come Monday. Is like, Vic, this woman I see her there. Where could we find her? This and that and the other. Because there are people who are looking for option. They just don't know
yeah,
where.
it's true, but they just don't know where. And believe
Yeah.
it or not, I have customers. I've had customers who tell me your meals are too strict. It's not for me. Or could you add some more salt to the rice? Or could you saute your veg? Or could you do this different? And I don't know if you know Zalima Charles. She competes as well.
Hmm.
Right, that's my girl. And Zulima says, Charlene, yes, your meals are very healthy. And don't move from that. And I told her I'm not going to move from it. I said, because we know what it takes to have the body that you have today. We know it's no salt, it's low carbs, it's just you blanch your veg and you put it and you eat it just so it's not salting up with veg. So I've been sticking with that system since I've started Fitness Chef in 2015. People has lose the weight, people has been bored of it because healthy eating will get bored. But honestly, it's nothing to take a break and come back. It's nothing to. I'm not saying you can't eat pizza or you can't eat a piece of chicken because I do that as well. But 90% of the time, I stick to my healthy diet, whether it's too strict or not, because
Yeah.
it's what keeps you how you look.
Yes, see, you're right here, Charlene, and I'm glad we're having this conversation. You as a chef and cooking healthy meals because people don't understand. And I just get, well, my friend's mama guy, I'm Vic, where is it, boy? You look like you only eat nuts, because my diet is strict, and I live. I'm not a competitor, and
Yeah,
I don't want to be, but my diet is strict, and I know what I want physically
physical,
to
how you
get
want to look, how you want to
right.
feel.
I know what I feel. So I live in deficit. My carbs is very low, and it's clean carbs, and you know, I mean,
But do you eat junk once in
oh,
a
of
while?
course, I
Of
like chocolate.
course.
I like chocolate, right? But
I
I
remember,
balance.
I remember I
Yeah.
was eating rice and peas someday, and my friend was like, "You eat rice?" I'm like, "Of course I eat rice." I'm like, "Wait a minute, if I eat
Yes.
rice, I eat everything you just eat."
Yeah.
But 90% of
Exactly.
the time I eat my diet is really vegetables. I have to be honest. I am an advocate for veggies. I think it's like strictly like it's extremely healthy and have a lot of benefits. And I even like veggies more than salad, to be honest. I will quicker make some vegetables and protein and eat a salad.
Yeah. Well, I myself, I'm not a big salad fan, but I just have it once in a while. But I'm just like a salad, vegetables, high protein, that kind of thing, and I carb cycle and things like that. But the thing about it is, as you rightly said, it's about when you start, because somebody told me that it's a Vic, you want to cut off this, cut off that. Most people just feel when you want to start your wellness journey, your health journey, you need to cut off everything, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to because your body would have been 20, 30 years or how much ever, you eating all kind of thing. You just want to stop. It doesn't work like that. That's why again is important, like how again you a nutritionist, so somebody who could guide you to how to get off the too much junk. So it's 90-10%. So like as you said, at 10%, you might junk out a little bit or eat normal, just like myself.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, I eat
90% of the
clean.
time you stick with your routine.
Yeah, I don't play with that. Right.
Yeah.
So I often say this again, like people say, boy, for carnival, you will see the men and women who you see looking extremely, not competitors, but normal people in the gym who take care of themselves. They look pretty well. But those people is training right through the year.
Right
And
through the year.
right through the year. So I tell people, listen,
So it's easy for us.
it's easy for us. So I train for all occasion. January, February. It's a lifestyle.
Because I know what to say that a lot of people don't know that you're doing this for longevity. You
Yes,
understand? You're not doing it for tomorrow or next month. Because at the end of the day, when you crash diet, you're just going to end up back down the road to how you was before. So
correct.
I mean, don't people is always think of dieting as so you're dieting. It's so much. When you think of it as a diet, you're giving yourself more work because you're starting to write down and be like, what I have to eat.
Yes,
You
yes,
just
yeah.
just live your life, eat clean, portion size,
Size, yeah, yeah.
choose healthier options. And one thing I think is important too is not all, like time yourself when you eat. You wake up and every 3 hours you look to eat something, or even 4 hours. So every
Yeah.
minute you want to put something in your mouth and eat, because at the end of the day all the calories is add up. You sit up by your desk, you're hungry, you eat something. Set an alarm on your phone and say, okay, breakfast is at 7, and then at 10, 11 is lunch, you eat your lunch. And go from there. Though every minute you want to add something to your mouth, and because you just be increasing your calories, and that's how you'll put on your weight.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, Charlene, and you may know because you may come across some of those people. They want to, but they know how to. They want to eat clean in the sense of like counting calories. A lot of people can't do that. I talk
Yeah.
about people like you and me and other people who want to move from the unhealthy lifestyle, to the healthier lifestyle. They might go on Google, Facebook or something, and just use a Western formula that may not be work properly here.
Good for
Yeah,
them. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that's it, because you would know, and I'm saying that because I know you know. People body type different and things like that. So
Yep.
so
What
so
will work for you wouldn't work for me.
yeah.
So
So right. So since 2015 you started this, and the response has been tremendous.
well, at the beginning, it
Hmm.
obviously when people see you selling healthy meals as a product and they're not sure about it, it was
Yeah.
hard. Of course, like any business you started. But the more knowledge people get that healthy lifestyle is important for you, especially when you're getting older, they more gravitate. Like most of my customers are older people who in the gym, like 50 something, and I guess people who have the money to buy the food every week, because at the end of the day, food is expensive when you're buying out.
Hmm.
So a lot of customers who more older will gravitate to me more and buy my healthy meals and stick with it weekly, every other week, and go from there.
And I'm glad I mentioned every other week, because let people know, even if you can afford it every week and you can afford it twice a month, that's a
Twice.
big plus. That's a big
Yeah.
plus, right? Because again, as a good friend of mine who which is keen on, we have that conversation, and it's really
Yeah.
based on habits, because the same people complain about your prices or eating expensive, eating healthy expensive. Those are the same people who go and pick out in certain restaurant and pay twice the
Yes.
amount, right? So it's all about choices and what you deem important at that point in time. So as you rightly said, older people who know the value and the importance of health as you get older, they will sacrifice that money. The
You
younger
will
people,
sacrifice the money because
right?
you're gonna buy outside food that is more expensive. KFC's, Royal Castle, 2 piece of chicken fries for $40, and you're paying $50 for a healthier meal, which will benefit you more in the long run. It's really choices and where you wanna eat.
Yeah, and that is why, Charlotte, every 2 to 3 months I do symposium in communities. That is apart from the magazine and all the podcasting, because what I found is that the information and getting this information that we're talking about in communities for some of the older folks who don't be on social media a lot, they just usually come out and support and really find people like yourself, because we might say, well, go on social media, go on internet and Google this, but a lot of people don't be on social media,
Uh,
right? Especially older
most
folks.
of most of my customers is word of mouth. Somebody will
Correct.
it's Instagram as well, but the older ones is word of mouth. They hear from somebody, somebody buy the food and say, okay, it's good. What some customers will do is they will buy 15 meals and they'll have it in the fridge, because honestly, my food lasts the month in the fridge and more. It does not taste frozen. Whether you take it on a Monday, it lasts the week in the fridge. You get a variety of meals. So like for the week, I will do 5 or 6 different carbs. So if you okay with everything, every day you open your fridge, you take out something different to eat. So
Wow.
you know you do you want to get bored. So you get a variety of different protein, different vegetables, carbs. So you're good to go, and it lasts months in the fridge.
But I like that because there's not much food, Charlene, as you know. Even some of the ones that people purchase could last more than 3 days in the refrigerator.
Yeah, well, mine's last a week. Good.
R- Right. And reasons for that is chemicals and certain things that is put in it that it can't stay beyond a particular. It's similar like shelf life stuff, right?
Yeah.
So your stuff, if it lasts a month, well, we know that is,
But you will in the freezer. It will
yeah,
last.
well, yeah, it will last months and it's good. But what are the options of? I know you mentioned ground beef, fish, chicken breast, something like that. That's mainly the meat to use.
The meats are ground beef, chicken breast, tilapia, or pink salmon. I have tofu, and now I added shrimp to the menu. So that is the 6 different protein options. And then I have different carbs I change every week. What I do is I try to stick with the my healthier carbs are like brown rice, sweet potato, and quinoa. That's my
Yes,
top. That's my
it
top.
is.
Yeah, my top carbs. So I always try to keep that on the menu weekly, and then I will add like glass noodles or whole wheat pasta or spinach pasta. Then I keep
Yeah.
Israeli couscous, farro. I cook with different things that people don't know because I look at the benefits of it. I look at everything has different nutritional value. So I try to give everybody variety. So I honestly do a lot of different things on my menu, and then well vegetables. And for carnival, I add salads to the menu. And for carnival,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
because everybody, the cannibal babies now
yeah,
trying to, yeah, yeah, yeah. We know them.
you know that.
So I know turkey is I think trending now a lot down here.
Turkey,
Turkey like
turkey
not
breast.
turkey, not just no, not just the breast. I know the turkey meat. They sell all the
Well,
in
to be
grocery.
honest, it's a little hard to get ground turkey. I
Yeah,
had it on the menu in the earlys when I now started healthy meals. I did used to use ground turkey, but it's
hard to
scarce.
get.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes.
but it's a nice option for people who people who can get it and want to add ground turkey with sweet potato to them with broccoli. It's a nice high protein, really good.
But that menu quality, that's a real nice. I mean, your protein of choice based on what you said. I mean, to me, I mean, I'm not a chef, I'm not a nutritionist, but to me, based on what I know, that's some of the best protein there.
Yeah. It's I give you clean food.
Yeah, that's as clean as you can get. So it's like, I mean, your options is excellent because you don't really
So
go
so
outside.
so if you want to order and you do 10 meals, you can mix the protein, or you can do chicken only, or beef only, or fish only. It's up to you and what you need.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow, and then and your carbs actually are excellent as well. Based on
yeah.
what I'm hearing.
So
Yeah,
then
so
we have also have low carb packages. We have high protein packages, and we have the basic packages where you can just you don't have a goal or anything like that. So you just want to eat healthy. I will just do a regular package where you're just maintaining your body, maintaining your lifestyle. It's not a low carb, it's not a high carb, it's not a high protein. It's just
okay. But
regular
just
portion size. Yeah,
to keep you grounded, natural,
yeah.
but it's a healthy option
But it's
nevertheless.
a healthy option. Yes, correct.
Oh, so somebody like me who is on a low carb diet, I'm always on a low carb diet,
Right.
right?
So somebody like you, if I was doing a package for you, I would do like half portion of carbs. So instead of doing like 6 ounce of carbs, I'll probably do like between 2 to 4 ounce of carbs and probably 7 ounce of protein and vegetables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I will try it this one time this week coming,
Good.
right? And see. So after this podcast Monday or so, I'll tell you, I will take probably 4 or something and try it for the week and see.
Yeah, you can try it.
Right? But as I tell you now, you're smiling, right? So, so I will be telling people, hey, only boy fortress, taking meals from Charlie there, so if I,
About the fitness chef, she means good.
yeah, she means well, right? And both fair because but nobody, yeah. So my choice is always has been low carb for a reason. I ain't just taking low carb just so I know why I do low carb,
Yeah.
right? That's my choice. But for the athletes and them who like competing, like the commission
Well,
company
to be
made.
honest, the athletes and them, that's a different ball game because every athlete have a different measurement of what they have to require to eat.
Yes.
So that's the only thing with that. So for people who have specific diets, I honestly prefer that you cook your meals because you know how to weigh and what you want. An athlete might want 9 ounces of protein, and I don't put 9 ounces of protein in a container. First of all, it's too much.
Yes.
Yeah, and the price will go up. So that's why I say some people who have specific diets, it's always easier to cook your food, weigh it out for yourself, and you do your costing. Unless you have the money to pay for it, then it's fine. But when you're dieting, it's a real different ball game because I did that dieting thing for competition. It was hard.
Yeah.
It took a lot of emotional, on your body, on your mind, everything. So it's really different. So when you talk about dieting and people really have to diet, it's different.
Yeah, it's challenging. I know it's challenging, especially when you're competing. I do compete and I just eat a particular way, and it is playing your mental at times.
It's still playing, honestly.
It's playing your mental, and
even though we're eating healthy now and we're not dieting, sometimes it still gets monotonous. It still gets boring. It still gets fed up. You just be like, oh gosh, I don't want to eat this, and I don't know.
Why don't you just do like everybody else and eat everything in sight?
I wouldn't do that. I have a
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, as you said that, so like when people say, Vic, why is eating thing? Why do eat it? I say, listen, I eat a lot of food pleasures, and Trinidad, I don't have much option when you're eating clean out there if you had to go out. You know that, right? Yeah. But the only thing I kept from everything else back in the days is what I give up based on my lifestyle now. And from time to time, once a month, I have a sweet tooth, just like yourself. I have a sweet tooth, and I allow myself to indulge in it because there's a lot of things I don't eat, right?
Yeah.
So I allow myself to feel, that's really psyche display. You know what? I allow myself to feel normal. I'm going to indulge when I want to indulge.
Yeah.
And you and I know that ain't doing nothing to me, right? It do anything. And that's it. And your meal, whilst offer that, your meal seems like it's diabetic friendly.
Yes, it is.
Right, and that's something I want to talk about.
What I do is with customers who have diabetes or hypertension, once they get a meal plan from a dietitian, and I do my menu, I will give them things that are on the menu that they can eat. So I try to work with customers as well. So I know that you can't eat, like say for diabetes, they say you can't eat too much of beets, so you can't eat too much of carrots. I try to let you that I give you in your package. They can't eat beef. I wouldn't put any beef, and I work with them.
Okay, well that's good because as girl, we have a lot of diabetic in Trinidad, and it's really, really, really bad because and I'm glad we're having this conversation for those who will see it and those who will see it after when I put this up on social, because last year one of my symposium, Charlene, that I had in Bataria and community center, and we came out and we had doctor and nutritionist and also the people and someone from the Diabetic Association. I honestly didn't know. It's over 65% of the Trinbagonians diagnosed with diabetes type 2. I really didn't know it was so high, and that was the stats, and that's for people who would have checked themselves, because we have a lot of people not checking themselves.
Not checking, yeah.
Right, so so that's why what you do and people like yourself is so important, and we have to get it out there, so people can know where to get his meals, because a good friend of mine's actually a businessman, and he was like asking me last year, young fella, but he was 40 yet, and he just realized that even the doctor and his pressure just gone up, right? But when he pulled his draw, I went by him. When he pulled his draw, Charlie, he see junk, right? So he tell me, he said, Vic, you looking for somebody to deliver meals. I didn't know nobody at the time, right? So, and he really be busy because it's a big business he have, and then co-workers where I work, people ask him, Vic, whatever. So, right, so, yes. So, and I wouldn't recommend nobody that I myself don't know or put my name behind someone who I never see or never taste or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I mean yourself, I know come highly recommended. Before I met you, based on the people who I see you on your in your
Interact
plat,
with.
yes, and those are people I trust, and they trust me. They will tell you the same. So at the end of the day, this meeting with us is beyond this podcast, and we'll wrap later on probably in the week, because even on my magazines, it's good that you present yourself and your business there, because my magazines go up the islands, is go all over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really try this journey, Charlene, for me. Let me just give you a short thing. Is that I lost a lot of people with lifestyle disease, cancer, this and that. My mother, two brothers, a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I've been in fitness a long time, certifying certain things, right? National coach and all kind of things in athletics. But I went on this journey because I really want to help people. You know, it's not about me. It's not about you. Just so you're doing this food, it's not to help yourself. Yes, you get paid, but it's really to give people a opportunity to change
Yes.
their lifestyle.
Because if people don't even understand that the older you get, the harder it's going to get.
Correct.
And
Correct.
it when once you over 40, genetically your body starts to change and things start to slow down, and it's
Yes.
that we see it like we at our age seeing people younger than us looking different because they're not taking care of themselves, they're not sleeping. And the biggest thing that people don't even understand, the biggest thing in life is proper sleep habits. And they'll, they'll figure it out, I guess, when they get older. Maybe when it's
Yes.
late, when we
It, it,
have
it,
chance.
it will be too late, and you're correct. That's what we see now. A lot of young people, look in a particular way, not how they're supposed to look at that age.
Yep.
Is because of they're running life down. They're not sleeping. They're eating. They're drinking. They're doing everything that you can do in moderation, but they're doing it in abundance, and that's what happening there. You
But
know,
then there's a lot to play with, you don't have money to buy healthy food too. So it all comes down to people when they say healthy food is expensive and in knowledge. Because I mean at 20 something you're not studying to go and buy healthy food you eating when you're not broken. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why now the older you get and when you get your money and thing and the more knowledge you get, then you start to change. But some people it might be too late because they don't start to develop
Correct,
different ailments and things. So
correct,
I guess the
correct.
knowledge really have to go from in school. Like when you're in secondary school, you had to start to getting knowledge from them.
Yes, well, we trying to myself and a few, a doctor and a nutritionist. We trying to get in at least as low as primary school, because
Yeah,
I've been talking to a principal around Sawa Bataria, and uh, the obesity starting from in primary school, right? The bad eating in primary
help you
school.
with that.
Yes. So if we can go, and I'm working on this as well, go to the schools and then have the conversation, whether it's in the PTA, and have that conversation with the parents and the child or the children, you will find at least they could get them an option, get them a chance, at least make them knowledgeable. Because you said something just now there, and I had a person, a health and wellness ambassador a couple of months ago, and this conversation similar to what we have in here, and that point make, whereby if you go wrong in each home, average home, and you give a family extra $500 to do whatever they want with it, it won't be healthy meals they're buying.
No, they would go out and buy pizza and
Correct,
they
correct,
would go
correct. And himself go to the grocery, because yeah, listen, Charlene, you and I know, and are we being real? You and I know, no, the average person is going in the supermarket and buy avocado oil for $100 this small, right? Or any of the healthy oil in them, the black seed or whatever. When you could
yeah.
get a big gallon or a big drummer archie clogging corn oil, canola oil for $100. Because they studied how long it could go to feed a family. And that's real talk, eh?
But it you see, honestly, it goes as simple as you're going to the market and you're buying a pound, 2 pound of sweet potato and you're boiling it and buying lentils. You see, honestly, because people don't have the knowledge about food and how to buy food and
That
how to
is it.
we are in a Caribbean country where we don't live on. You see, if you go to like London and different, if you travel and you go to different countries, you will see a lot of people live on ready to eat meals. You go to the store and you buy a lot of ready to eat meals. Even though we have it here, it's too expensive already. To eat meals like 1990, $100 and up.
Yes, yes,
We in Trinidad, we could grow our own provisions and go to the market and buy it, which is so much cheaper. From $20 in cassava, you get plenty. You boil it and you eat it with some type of peas or beans, and you bake your fish or something. All those stuff are healthy, you know.
yes,
All those
yes.
stuff are healthy, you know. It's just people
Mm-hmm.
don't think, because when I'm dieting, I will eat cassava, I will eat sweet potato. I live on sweet potato. I will
Well,
eat, you understand? So these
yes,
things are accessible. It's cheap, because when you go to the market, don't go to the grocery store, you go to the market. Walk with your market bag and go on and buy how much you need at $20 worth or $50 worth, and you get in provisions for the week. And you can live on that provision. You don't even need the rice, because it's a good carb.
yes, yes, yes,
It's
yes.
good starch.
It's good
So
starch.
so when people say that, you know, I always hear people saying they doesn't know what to eat and it's as simple as buying books and reading or asking you right questions.
Questions, yes.
Yeah, you can make up a diet plan for the week, and you have food for the week, rather than you buy something for $100 and last 1 to 2 days.
Do you think that is because we get so modernized and socialized
I
that
totally,
yeah,
totally.
because because I grew up going in the market with my mother, and
Yeah,
I know it still have market there, but I think people now so gravitate to the supermarket because the supermarket sell some vegetables and some provision, but it's not it's different to when you go to the market.
it's not cheaper.
Exactly. So it's
So
exactly. So it's
it's a whole
time.
lot better going to the market.
Correct. But nobody want to walk again, Charlene. People want to park the car right by the line by the grocery and walk in, come back out. Go in the market, me, you had to park, you had to walk in, you had to walk go from this vendor, that vendor. That's what I grew up doing and seeing, right? But the younger generation now more gravitate to the quick meal, which is the processed food,
Yep.
and that's why they look how they look, because they want the result of somebody who whether it's work out often or and balance the meal, but they're not willing to put in what it takes to get
I would
there.
put in the work, and the easiest thing for you to do is probably just buy salads outside, but it's the easiest, but it's the hardest. So in the long run, you'll just be hungry all the time. You will overeat something that you're not supposed to eat, and it's going to
Correct, correct. And that's why I keep saying is the information needs to go out there more than how it's going out, because a lot of people don't know. And again, what I often say as well, when you travel from Port of Spain to Arima or from Grand Bazaar to to South, how much
yeah.
banners that you see on healthy eating, right? You're seeing banners or billboard as they will call it, with everything that they're broadcasting there is nothing healthy for you, right? So the people who provide healthy option like yourself and others is in the minority in the mass scheme of things, and that is why we need to get out there. People like me doing what I'm doing, people like you. I mean, I just had a people like me had to send the message out, educate the people, things like that. But we can't continue to go down the road of, you know what? When I reach 50 or when I reach 40, then I will start to eat healthy. Then I will start to exercise because, as you rightfully said, by that time something kicking already.
Yep.
All right, and the drastic move you had to take in order to reverse that, if
To
it's
reverse,
reversible,
thank you,
it's
because
not
I have seen people who didn't like eat healthy and live a healthy lifestyle, and they get a type of ailment, and the switch to change from that to starting to eat healthy, it took a toll on them. It
it
was too
will.
much.
It's too
But if
much.
you, if it's something that you have been doing accustomed to, so let me give you an example of me. People might look at me and say, you know, I healthy, blah blah blah, but I have high blood pressure, and that is not because of not being healthy. It's because of heredity. You understand? And because
Yes.
I'm accustomed to eating healthy and working out and doing what I'm supposed to do, it was nothing for the doctor to say, don't eat too much salt, or try to train more. Oh, these are things. The hardest thing you would tell me to do is don't lift too much heavy weights. And
Yes.
that took a toll on me. And I'm like, what? Don't lift heavy weights? I mean, that's what I do.
Yes, yes,
And I
yes,
think
yes.
that probably set up my pressure more than him telling me change my diet, because that was so natural for me to do.
Yes.
So I mean, the people don't understand that the hardest part is when you have to switch up your diet to maintain your health. It is really hardest thing to do.
It is hard, and that is why when people go by the doctor and the doctor tell them exactly what it, well, your dad was already on point, so it was
Yeah.
easy for you. But most people, dad will be on point. So when doctor tell them, hey, what change? What your doctor always do? Change your diet, but still take this pill until you can get to a point. Most 98% of the person don't change their diet; they rather take the pill,
Yep.
right? Because the
So
doctors do tell you take it, change your diet, exercise, take this pill until you can wean off. But most people say, you know what? It's easier to take the
no,
pill.
it's not, because what I do is I try to skip the pill and train harder.
And that is the way, Charlie, to wean off medication,
Yeah.
right? Even though it's in your genetics, but to make it less potent, like the blood pressure or diabetes and all that. If you're in the sport or the discipline already and eating, you're watching what you eat before all of that, it puts you in a better position to deal with it.
Yep.
You understand?
It does. It
So
does.
yeah, because I know people who, get stroke and thing, Dexter Carter and a couple of people, friends of mine, and they reverse it based on it's hard. They change the diet, and there wasn't, one wasn't bodybuilding and thing, and he come back normal. But most people give up because it's not easy, right? To come back from stroke and exercise and to come back.
Clean
No,
that.
that's not easy. But I often say, and I will continue to say, Charlene, is that the down the road, when you at a certain age, you will want to be in a position where you can do things for yourself.
Yeah.
And I also say that the best gift you can give your children as a mother or a father down the road, meaning like 50, 60, or 70 going, is to be healthy, right? To be healthy, because no good children would like to see their parents suffering.
Without weight and can't do a lot
Yes,
of things.
I lived through that based on it was that is cancer my mom's had, and I know that will live with me for years, for life. But
Yeah.
I am saying is if you give your children, if you have two kids and you save money, you give them $1 million a piece, and you get sick, not you meaning you, a mother gets sick or a father
Yeah.
gets sick. The money that is saved to give your children, they will use back that to help you get better, or try. So who really win really? Nobody wins, right? The employer win, the financial institution win. So we often say, we will die for our children, we will do this for our children. How about we live for them? We live healthy for them, you know?
Or try to live as long as you could see
Ex-
them,
right.
see
So
them do a lot of things, and that's like
ex-
a real big, like my grandmother is still here, and I am grateful for that.
yes, I mean, because when you achieve something significant in your life as you go through life, Charlene, and you look left and you see your grandmother and her joy to see your granddaughter doing this and doing that, achieving whether it's to get married or whether make a baby, and a grandmother is watching the little grandchild she had in her hand becoming a mother. That by itself,
Or she great grandchild.
well, that even make it. But yeah, that's like, well, right. So if you want to live to be in that position down the road, I often say you have to do what it takes now,
Yep.
because do what is hard now, so your life will be easy down the road. I think
Yep.
Les Brown said this, or do what is easy now, and your life will be hard down the road. There's no getting away from it, Charlie. There's no getting away from it. And I often said, for me, I have come to the conclusion, and this is just me,
Yeah.
I don't really eat for taste. I eat for what is good for my body. And so, as much as you mentioned, and it's just me, I'm not saying this out there.
Yeah.
Charlie food is tastes good. There's just Vicky. If I purchase food from you, whether it have no salt, whether it have nothing, whether and I know it's healthy, trust me.
You eat it.
I eat in my mind. Don't fuss for
I
things
mean,
like that.
it's easier said than done because sometimes I be eating my food and I'm like, oh God,
I know.
you know, because he's get fed up.
I know it's hard. No, I'm not
But
saying this.
I mean, if you want to look a certain way, if you want to feel a certain way, you just have to do what it takes. Yes,
I
you know.
I believe no, it's hard. Just as going to the gym. I mean, I just gym a lot. I work in. I do it a lot. And when I sort of I go to gym 11 o'clock in the night and I get 5. But what I study, my why. Like you exercise, you do your thing, you eat clean because for different reason. But when you study that hypertension,
Yeah,
you don't you're not gonna even say before you was like diagnosed with that, but now that you realize, all right, I have to maintain my habits from before because
yeah,
that is a good habit to put you in a good position and it will be all right. You know
yeah,
that, I know that, right? So my why is that my mother died from cancer, my brother, two brothers died, my cousin, my uncle, my aunt, all kind of things. So I am not going to speak certain things in my life, but what I can do is put myself in a position to give myself a fighting chance by staying healthy as much as I can and exercising, right? And I think if everybody find the why they do what they do, it should be greater than the obstacle or the negative thought that will tell you, nah, just look for the easy way out. Because you, even when you was a competitor or even now that you gym, exercise, I should say,
yeah.
it have days you don't feel like it, and that'll change from.
Of course. But when I think that I turned 40 last week, and I know for a fact the older you get, things change. My why is just to stay on point, like just stick with it. Strength training, look a certain way, feel a certain way, and I want to fight the urges of the body, trying to fight. So I know menopause will kick in eventually.
Whoa,
All these
yeah,
urges, I will fight you back by training and eating good, and at least have a balanced life.
yes.
That's my why. So
Yeah, well, you was there, tough training,
yeah,
you know tough training, and you know how to get your body from point A to point B and what it takes to get there. So even now, even though you're not competing, and I'm sure if you want to jump on the stage, you could jump, but
yes.
yeah.
One of my friends tell me, come and jump on the stage. I said, nah, negative. What I thinking about is the dieting. My body, I don't need to do so much work. I just thinking about the fact that I have to go back through this tough dieting, and I'm like, why do I want to do myself that? I like cake. So,
Well,
but
yeah,
when
and
I see people, like honestly, like even people who training, and like I train clients, I've gone to gym where I see trainers training people, and I see people training and they want to lose weight. And I see you in 2 months and you still the same weight. I know for myself, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Because you cannot be training for 2, 3 months and you still the same size, look the same way still. Because I did it before. Victor, if I want to lose 5 pounds in 1 week or 2 weeks, I would lose it because I know what I have to do. I have to be strict. And I think people don't understand what it takes in order to do what you have to do to lose your weight or build your muscle, especially people who are overweight.
yes, I think what.
Especially, I don't. The people they will say, "I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this," but are you really doing what it takes to lose that weight?
No, they're not. And like when I go to gyms and talk to trainers, the trainers doing their part, in all fairness to them. But after these clients or these people leave the gym, their lifestyles maintain the same. And
Yeah,
then they go and tell people, well, well, I traded with this man or this woman 6 months now, and they get a result. When the truth and the fact is, they're not listening to the trainer outside of the gym, and they go there and eat and drink what they want. So the result, I know people in the gym, yeah, and think, and they see those results.
no
I know
result.
people, right? And I know it's the eating habits, right? So when you see men and women like looking a certain way, trust me, and you know this, it's not by chance they're looking that way, it's by real sacrifice.
Yeah, real sacrifice and work, and you're putting in your work.
Yeah,
Where you have to do your training, you're doing your cardio, drinking your water, you're taking
it's a lot.
your
It's a lot.
vitamins.
It's a lot.
fair enough. It honestly is hard. So when you're not losing your weight, don't blame nobody but yourself, because it's something
Correct.
in that you are doing wrong.
Correct.
It's something in that mix there where you say you're doing or not doing, it not working fair.
No, you're correct. You're correct.
Because
And
I did it already. I
no,
did it.
yeah.
I
You
know,
could,
I know what it. I know
yeah.
it already. So
You could contest to that as a competitor.
So I can contest it. I just think you're not working hard enough.
Yeah, and as I said, the gym don't get you healthy. The gym is a form of is some way you can help to get good condition and get you where you want to go. But it's more than just the gym.
Gym is the least. The gym is the least.
Gym is the least.
Yeah.
Right? Gym is the least. All right. So Charlene, before we just, because I know we time running out quick. All right, because it's just 1 hour. I know you're on social media, but you can give your handles so where people can find you before we
So
end.
if you want to find me and get my healthy meals, Shaz_fitness chef, you can inbox me, or you can WhatsApp 326-8698 and ask me about my packages. Ask me anything about weight loss. I will help you.
And I know, and you actually is the best candidate because you actually, now there's others, and I've seen other on social media on Instagram, and I'm bashing anybody who doing the cooking and the health. That's
Of
fine,
course not.
right? Everybody, yeah. But I think for me, it's always better if you can, somebody who done it before.
Who've done it, yes.
Yeah, that's the edge I will give you because you've done it, so you know how to get there. Somebody could tell you how to get there, but they haven't been there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's the advantage that you have, which
I have maintained my size since I started cooking healthy till now, and that is since 2015, and that's because I've been consistent on eating healthy and what I eat.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well actually, and it's not easy to maintain one particular size from 2015 to this day, right? And yeah, because so that's good for you because as women, 40, woman is packing the pounds still around that time, that age I should say. So if you're managing that there still, which is you're doing good, and the strength training obviously, would definitely help keep you, as you are. So Charlene, I know thank you for coming. I don't want to keep you too long. I know you probably have things to do.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I'm actually watching the Calypso Fiesta in the park.
Or in Skinner Park.
In the park, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we will keep in touch. I'll touch base with you probably Monday because I really want to have you as well in the magazine.
Well, you have my number, and just to put it out there, so if anybody wants to order, you have to order between Friday and Sunday to get the food on a Monday.
Okay, order Friday and Saturday, get it on Monday.
Friday, the menu comes out every Friday. You can place your order Friday, Saturday, or Sunday by noon, and then deliveries on a Monday.
All right. But Charlie, we'll keep in touch. Thanks again a million for coming. It was a pleasure. We have a lot to do again. Trust me.
Yes.
We have a lot to do, and we'll keep in touch. Yes.
No problem. Bye.
Have a blessed night. Bye.
Bye.